I'm Leah Lawrence.
And I'm her husband, Mitch Lawrence.
And you are listening to the Southern Spirits Podcast, where I regale my husband with Southern stories of the macabre, creepy, and strange.
And I drink.
What are we drinking tonight, Mitch?
We have T-minus Tangerine Kolsch. This is from Yellowhammer Brewing Company. No, I'm sorry, Yellowhammer Brewing Incorporated in Huntsville, Alabama. It's 5% alcohol by volume. Let's read the can. We are Rocket City. T-minus is inspired by the famous powdered orange drink sent to space with America's first astronauts. Notes of tangerine brighten the palate and pair wonderfully with the clean finish of the German-style Kolsch. This beer is light. It definitely has that citrus flavor to it. Pretty orangey. I would say even closer to like a lemon zest, kind of. It's pretty tangy.
Like a tangerine?
Yeah, I mean, not quite, though. That's the thing. It's just not quite there.
Yeah.
If you are a fan of German-style beers, which that would usually be a little bit sweeter, and they're kind of full-feeling, like they're just real heavy, but they're also sweet at the same time.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy this kind of thing. It's not quite my jam. I still like it. It's just not my favorite thing.
It tastes good, but it's not what I would prefer.
Yeah, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Thought it was good. Not the best thing in the world. There's not too much taste, really.
But when I want something citrusy, I want a sour. So that's just not...
Yeah, this isn't sour.
No,
it's just got a little bit of a citrus tang.
It's citrusy at the beginning, and then it's very heavy on the end, and it kind of sort of
full,
bitter.
Like I was talking about, yeah.
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 Not bad, but not my thing.
And we are reusing liquors again, so sorry. Our specialty mixer for the night is White's Elixirs Sour Mix. We had 2 other White's Elixirs on last week. This time we're going to try the sour. It's produced for White's Elixirs by Nashville Kitchen and Cannery in Dixon, Tennessee. Let's read the bottle. It's got a little drawing on it with a, I would say like a Victorian-era looking guy on it. A little mustache and a top hat. And he's got a dialogue bubble, and out of that dialogue bubble it says, "Pucker up, buckaroos." That's all it's got.
All right.
It's like the other White's Elixirs that we had. They are all made with cane sugar. This is very, very sweet. It's not even sour. Not really. There's a tiny bit of a bite.
There's sort of a spicy, kind of lemony zest kind of thing going on. It's not a traditional from a bottle like the hot orange, or not orange, excuse me, the big lemon-colored bottles, that electric green. That's not... No,
that's not this
That's not what this is. This is a lot more...
It's a
subtle and sophisticated, dare I say. But
it covers the alcohol really well.
Yeah.
It does do that.
But I would personally use a little bit less syrup than they recommend on the bottle. They recommend a 2-to-1. I'd go a little bit, maybe a 3-to-1.
Yeah, 2-to-1 alcohol to sour. So it's 2 parts of whatever alcohol you've got to 1 part of the
But
syrup.
Obviously that's personal preference, and if you prefer a much sweeter cocktail, baby, they got you covered. It's good. What we would recommend.
Here's what we drank with them, or what we are drinking with them. Sorry. I have Clyde May's straight bourbon whiskey, so I made a whiskey sour. That whiskey got a 4 out of 10. Refer to episode 6 for the full review. It's just not very good. But mixed with this sour mix, like I said, it covers that alcohol really well, so I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, makes it better.
Yeah. Leah is drinking Redmont Vodka. That one got a 5 out of 10, but it was under dispute, so we're still kind of fighting about what that should get. Refer to episode 1 for the full review. Leah, what do you give the vodka sour?
Probably like a 6 out of 10, because it just turns out vodka is not my favorite thing with a sour mix.
Yeah.
I actually liked the Clyde Mays that you're drinking with it better. But I mean, it's not bad by any means, and I really like the syrup, and having it with vodka, you can sort of taste those subtle citrus notes and stuff like that. But personally, if it were me, I think taking a little Jack Daniels and putting a little bit of that into it, just sort of stirring it up, would be my ideal cocktail.
Yeah, that would probably be really good.
Because Jack is sweeter, and then just a little touch of that added. I would drink that. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so 6 out of 10 on the vodka sour.
Yes.
With that White's Elixirs.
Indeed.
Okay, and what we're going to have for a shot in the dark, we're both going to drink Tito's Handmade Vodka. for when we have to take a shot.
Yep.
It is. It got an 8.5 out of 10. Refer to episode 8 for the full review, if anybody cares.
Nope.
No. But we're only doing that because, well, the Clyde Mays straight bourbon whiskey, I will not shoot again because I will probably throw up.
It's not good.
And the Redmont Vodka was used up in Leah's cocktail. So we're just going to do Tito's because it's delicious and it'll go down smooth.
Yeah, we're just trying to recycle these bottles, get rid of the liquor that we purchased already so we can make space in our liquor cabinet for new stuff.
Yay.
Also,
and,
we're poor.
Yeah, and we just can't afford it. I don't know what you're talking about, make space. But
Well, I mean, we don't need to waste all of this alcohol that we've already purchased. So.
that's true. We are drinking it, at least. So
Yes.
All right, that's everything we're drinking. Leah, what do we have next?
All right, we're going to go into mail time.
Mail time? Just
Mail time.
listener mail. Let's just say listener mail.
Oh, here's the mail. It never fails. It
Don't
makes
do
me-
that.
Sorry.
We're going to get shut down. You only said like 5 words, so I
Yeah.
think we're okay.
Blue's Clues, if anybody
Don't,
was
Leah.
out there.
Like,
Sorry.
you notice that on the cans for these, they say that orange powdered drink. They don't say Tang. You notice.
I always thought that Tang was supposed to be like orange drink, but it's Tangerine, and that
Yeah.
makes so much more sense
Tang.
because it's called Tang.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, I am 28 years old, and I just realized why Tang is called Tang. But
Yep.
anyway,
That's
That was
accurate. You're
fun.
almost 30.
yes, but
You're
you
close.
are 30, so
Yeah, but
shut up.
you're almost 30 in woman years.
Yeah, that's just people years, sweetie. Don't be sexist.
Um,
Anyway,
Can't help
so today in listener mail,
listener mail.
I want to bring to the attention our first piece of, I guess, fan art. Is that what you would call it?
Fan art. Yes, that was fan art. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so like one of my favorite artists on Instagram, for some unknown reason, has been listening to our podcast. Like, she's incredibly talented, insanely popular. Like, she does this creepy, cool style of art that I am just all about. Like, her Instagram feed is goals. Like, oh my God, it's amazing. She's fantastic. Her name is Brett Manning Art on Instagram. Her name is Brett Manning, and you can look her up. And please do follow this girl. She's amazing. Brett Manning Art on Instagram. But she drew a little doodle of a little ghost that's holding a bottle of booze. And it's got Nick Cage's head on it. And y'all, when I opened that
It's
up,
so fun.
it was just the most satisfying thing I've ever seen. It just made me happy and a little, like, teary-eyed because just, A, such an incredible artist is listening to us. That's just blows my mind. But B, like, it's freaking Nick Cage ghost with a bottle of booze. That is sort of the best thing ever. So
Somebody, I don't know if it was on Instagram or if we were telling someone about it, but somebody somewhere put in my head that would be a great tattoo. And I'm like, you know what? I think I might get that. Like, just across my entire back.
No.
Like, just my whole back is just the Nick Cage ghost.
no.
I can get a little small one or something. I don't have any tattoos, so
Me
this would
neither.
be-
I want one, but maybe not that.
I mean, I'd do that, though.
I mean, like, if we get to 1 million downloads, we'll talk about it. Y'all, if you want to see Mitch get a tattoo.
And submit other drawings, and we'll have a vote
definitely. million downloads.
Right now,
Mitch
we're
is
at
getting a
about
tattoo.
2,400, so, you know, we're talking a couple years. from now.
Hey, or not. If you get to
Hey, could be
share
by the
it.
end of the month. This is
You
more
get to
motivation
share
to
and
get it out there.
crazy, toss things out. Y'all, Mitch will get a tattoo, I promise.
I will. I don't have a problem getting a tattoo. Because, I mean, if we get to 1 million downloads, we'll have the money to pay for a tattoo,
Oh,
number
yeah.
one.
It'd be pretty awesome.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so that was just the most amazing listener mail for me. It was wonderful. It made me very happy. And also, we've been getting people tagging us on Instagram of where they put their stickers, which is really cool. We've got stickers on phone cases, stickers on notebooks, stickers in brewery bathrooms, which I'm pretty pumped about. So
Stickers on stickers on stickers.
stickers on stickers on stickers. And so if you want your own stickers, I'm going to tell you how to get them.
Ooh.
All you've got to do is review us on iTunes. take a screenshot of it, email it to us with your address, and I'll send you out a stack of 5 of those lovely stickers for freezies. Because I just want you to have a piece of our podcast.
Well,
not in a creepy way.
Yeah, that.
I'm sorry.
Don't go giving it away, Leah.
Oh, so weird. But for real though, totally willing to give anybody stickers. Just, review, screenshot, send. And I'll send you out some stickers, and they will be great. And you can do with whatever those stickers you care to do.
Yeah.
Like stick them on things.
Yeah, like use them as stickers. I don't know what else they could help with.
I mean, they could patch if you've got like one of those rubber boats or something. Yeah, you could. If you've got a leak in an air mattress, just
smack it on
one
there.
Of those on.
Y'all didn't see that. I think Leah sometimes forgets that we're audio only.
Shut up.
But she said you could and she licked her hand and smacked it in the air. Like, whoa now. I think we're talking about different stickers.
I'm sorry. But anyway, seriously, if you want a sticker, let me know. Email me, southernspiritspodcast@gmail.com, and I will send out another round of stickers. We've already had a bunch of people ask for them. They've been sent out. They've been getting them. I'll send them anywhere. Let me know.
Speaking of stickers, we're recording this. We record them about a week in advance.
Yep.
Just so everybody knows. But last night we went to Rocket City Brew Fest in Huntsville.
Which was awesome.
It was awesome. It was it was $40 you pay to get in, and you get a glass if anybody's ever been to a brew fest before. And essentially you get a 2-ounce pour as many times as you want, and there were something like 200 beers there.
Yeah, over 200 beers, meads,
I think ciders, I tried 185 of them.
And there was like a kombucha too, but I didn't
really
drink that.
Fucked up. But we found a lot of really good stuff. I made a note, and I wrote down like 5 or 6 that I was just like, okay, we have to have these.
Yeah.
And one of them is we've talked about extending our borders a little bit, but like for specialty episodes, there's one that if we have any listeners in like the Maryland or Virginia area, there was a beer from Baltimore called Heavy Seas that I am absolutely in love with.
That was really good, and their tap handles are super cute.
They had 2
little piratey things. Those are super cute.
They had their Loose Cannon IPA, which is a triple IPA, and it was fucking good. And they had the I can't remember the name of it, but it was the orange one. It was a citrus IPA.
See, and that's the one that I liked.
That was my favorite beer that I had all night. And I told y'all I had about 185 beers.
Like, okay,
it was bad.
I probably drank about 50, and I got so trashed. Y'all, I drank glitter beer last night. I didn't know glitter beer was a thing, but there were 2 of those things there that I saw. There might have been more. I don't know.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see how your digestive system reacts.
It's going to be sparkling all the way down, babe.
Oh, God. Oh.
Shiny.
Oh. Well, that was all that I had to say about Brewfest. I really enjoyed it.
It was fun. So if you're ever in Huntsville in June, come on out.
And there are some in Birmingham a lot throughout the year. There were like 4 or 5 every year, I think.
Yeah.
They do different Brewfests and stuff. But I think they do them up here, too.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, I would
Excuse me.
Gross. I would 100% recommend going to one of those. It's really fun. This one was put on by Free the Hops, which is sort of a collaborative network of brewers, and they try to lobby to make sure that the legislation in Alabama is good for
They've done a lot. They've been
craft
around for a long
brewers
time.
and stuff. They're pretty cool.
Free the Hops were the people who originally pushed through in I want to say around 2008, Alabama being allowed to have higher alcohol content in their beers, and which we've been at now for forever. But again, Alabama last in everything, so they pushed through that. Free the Hops was big on that. Free the Hops also had a small contingent up here in Hartselle.
Yeah.
In 2016, when we voted to allow there to be alcohol sold in Hartselle in 2016.
I was gonna say we were a dry city until 2016,
since Prohibition.
Huzzah. Anyway, so that's what we did, and it was fun. And if you want to see me drunkenly decide on what cupcake I should eat, check out our Instagram, because Mitch
That was fun.
took that video and posted it.
It was really funny. I may have just been really drunk, but I found it really funny.
No, I'm pretty sure you were just really drunk. But that cupcake was delicious, so... or I was really drunk. I don't know. It was... I thought it was good.
Well, that's great.
Regardless.
All right. Well, what's next? You want to go into funny place names?
Yeah, funny place names. I believe it is time for that. And we are going to the lovely state of South Carolina.
South Carolina.
And we're going to a lovely little town called Ketchup Town.
It would be so much better if it was just ketchup.
Nope, Ketchup Town.
And that's one word?
Ketchup Town.
Ketchup Town. Okay, well.
KETCHUPTOWN. Ketchup Town.
Got it. You sure it's not Ketchupton?
No, it's Ketchup Town. Anyway, so it's in, I'ma try this. Horry Town, or Horry County? Horry? Horry? Would you say that's Horry? Horry?
Yeah.
Horry? Anyway, it's in some county in South Carolina. And this is how it got its name. So there was a country store there that was built by a man named Herbert Small in 1927. But it's not the reason you think it is. He didn't just sell ketchup. He was just a normal, like, country convenience store, like everybody had, just a general store. But every week, all of the farmers would come to the general store to catch up on news and gossip and all of the things. And the town sort of grew up around the store there, and the name stuck. So they called it, the Ketchup Town, and it eventually evolved into being Ketchup Town.
So it's not actually about condiments.
So it's not about condiments. It's about gossiping at the town store. So that was Ketchup Town, South Carolina.
Well, that's interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
When was that named? What was the year?
1927 is when the store built. So after that,
I don't even know if ketchup was around in 1927.
It was. Ketchup is a condiment that goes back quite a ways historically. I was a ketchup connoisseur as a child, I promise.
Did you have like all the colored ketchups, like the purples and the greens?
I did, but the purple I had just because I love purple, but I tried the rest of them, and it always just looked like diarrhea on a plate of fries. I couldn't.
Jesus, Leah.
I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you?
Well, A, I've been drinking. B, I had a cup of coffee an hour ago, which was a problem. So I'm upper and downer and just all sorts of... Who thought colored ketchup was a good idea?
You, apparently.
And do you remember when Burger King sold that in their kids' meals?
Yeah.
Was that just me?
Now I remember that.
So gross.
With the chicken fry things they had.
Well, the chicken, they were like crowns or something.
Yeah, they had little chicken nugget crowns. Now they have chicken fries. That's my fault.
I fucking love chicken fries. Anyway.
I know you do. You're a chicken fry connoisseur with your colored ketchup.
Anyway, so that was Ketchup Town.
Ketchup Town.
Huzzah.
Well, I liked Ketchup Town.
Excellent.
Yeah. I think I'd be a big fan of Yum Yum Sauce Town.
Gross. Stuff is nasty.
I love Yum Yum Sauce.
Does everybody call it Yum Yum Sauce, or is it just here?
I think so. I mean, I've only ever heard it called Yum Yum Sauce. I have some self-respect, and I say pink sauce. But everybody else I know says Yum Yum Sauce.
For those of you who don't know what the fuck we're talking about, it's some weird-ass mayonnaise-based pink sauce that all of the Japanese
mayonnaise.
Yeah, all the Japanese Japanese in quotes, because all of those restaurants, the hibachi places, serve it. And I don't know if that's a thing everywhere. I don't know if everybody calls it Yum Yum Sauce, but for whatever reason, they serve it by the pitcher full down here, and it is disgusting.
I love it.
No, thank you.
Give me all your Japanese mayonnaise.
Gross.
Excuse me. Is that drink bad?
No, the drink is good. I just...
You got the shivers?
Yes. Anyway, so are you ready for our very first story of the episode?
Yes.
Yay!
Thank you for making that so torturous.
All right, so we're talking about a cryptid, and it is called Altamaha-ha.
Altamaha-ha-ha-ha?
Nope, you had one extra ha. Altamaha-ha.
Altamaha-ha-ha-ha.
Altamaha-ha.
Altamaha-ha.
Yes.
I got it that time.
Sweet. All right, And it's in Georgia.
Okay.
And my first shot in the dark is right now.
Oh, God, already?
So my question is, what type of cryptid is Altamaha-ha?
It's the second one in a row where you've been like, what is the monster? Before telling me.
Sorry, but it's really difficult to ask questions about monsters.
All right, that's my bad.
Well, I mean, like, there's 7 different ways that... How long is it? Is it 100 feet long? Is it 10 feet long? Is it 5 foot tall? Is it 12 foot tall? Does it have purple
These are the
fur?
questions I would
Does it
ask.
have green fur? Does it have scales or toes? Or
Okay.
Like, there's so many different things. I'm just going to ask you
now.
what kind of cryptid it is.
Okay.
So is it A, bipedal humanoid? Is it B, a sea monster? Or C, a giant cat?
Altamaha-ha-ha.
Altamaha-ha.
Altamaha-ha-ha.
And that is actually what I was having YouTube pronounce for me.
I'm going with the bipedal humanoid.
You're wrong. Take a shot.
Fuck.
Take a shot.
All right.
Shot.
Get your phone.
Oh, yeah. We record this stuff, don't we?
When we remember to. Here comes the Titos. All right, you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Tito's. Whew. That's good. That's good vodka. Whew. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Alrighty.
All right, so what was it?
It's a sea monster.
What kind of sea monster?
Water monster. Sea monster.
Is it like a Loch Ness monster?
Kind of, but like it's in a river. So it's like a river monster, I guess.
Oh, like a big catfish.
Well, no.
You never watch River Monsters?
I have, but no. It's not. It's not what we're talking about.
It's not
anyway,
a big old catfish. Got
so we're talking about the area is the Altamaha.
Altamaha-ha.
Altamaha. How did I say it before?
Altamaha-ha.
Damn it. Altamaha.
It's
Okay.
Altamaha-ha.
Yeah, but the river only has one ha. So it's Altamaha River.
Okay, so the extra ha means monster.
I don't know what it means, but I'm going to go with that. But anyway, that river is in southeastern Georgia, and that is where the monster, Altamaha, but we call it Alti for short because much easier. That's where Alti lives. And apparently this legend predates white folks showing up and colonization and all that. It's supposed to have originated with the tribes of the lower Muskogee Creek.
Okay.
So whether that's accurate or not, I don't know, because I don't know any indigenous people of that tribe to like verify accounts, and there's not a lot on the internet about it. So that's just what this website says. So if it's bullshit, I apologize. But I think from what I could tell, there are a lot of native reports pre-colonization about how they believe that they encountered some kind of serpent monster kind of thing in the rivers and waters around this area.
It's a serpent type of thing, like a anaconda or something, big old snake.
Well, so we're getting into that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So in this particular area, okay, so this river is fucking big. It's the second largest river basin in the country. So the Mississippi River and then this one. So the river basin is about 137 miles, and it joins up with 3 major tributaries. It's a big-ass river. And then Altamaha is said to inhabit the little streams and rivers and tributaries and around the little islands that are in the river delta. So, what does it look like?
You tell me.
It kind of looks like... Okay, so there are always pictures that artists have drawn of representations of these cryptids. to me, this guy looks like a short Nessie, but without the back flippers. You know how you've seen it sort of looks like a plesiosaur?
Yeah.
Well, this one has the front flippers and the tail, but it doesn't have the back flippers.
It hasn't evolved yet to have, like...
It doesn't have the back legs.
Yeah.
It's only got the front legs.
It uses the tail for propulsion.
It's got that long plesiosaur-looking neck and head. Then it's got two big-ass flippers on the side. And then it sort of goes out to a little fat bottom and then a tail.
Okay.
So that's what it looks like. But
Fat bottom snakes.
stop. Yeah, stop.
Oh, that's funny.
But so this cryptid is described as having a sturgeon-like head and top of the body.
What's sturgeon?
So sturgeons are big fishes.
Okay.
Like sturgeons are like a sort of a Russian fish. You know, that's... You can pet them at the aquarium. Mm-hmm. The sturgeon encounter. It's pretty fun.
I don't think of...
Oh, you've never been?
No.
Sorry. Anyway.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
We're talking about the Tennessee Aquarium. They have a tank where you can touch a sturgeon. It's kind of weird, but I like them. Anyway. But they sort of have a bony ridge over the top of its head and sort of on the crest of its back. And like I said before, it has the front flippers, but it doesn't have any back limbs. It swims kind of like a dolphin. It has the snout of a crocodile. It's got large protruding eyes and sharp teeth. They say it's sort of gray or greenish kind of, and it's sort of got a whitish, yellowish, yellow underbelly kind of thing.
All right. I want to ask some questions.
Yes.
Are you done with the physical explanation? Or is there more? A little more? Okay, yeah. Keep going then. I'll get to it.
So they also say that it's 20 to 30 feet long, but I've also read reports of it being as small as 10 feet long and up to 70 feet long. So either this sucker's got friends or people just aren't really good at judging how long things are from a distance.
Well, my question was, I'm guessing this is multiple sightings and multiple people corroborating this information.
And over... hundreds and hundreds of years.
Okay. Because my question was, it has a lot of, shall we say, different aspects all combined into one. Kind of like a duckbill platypus. Like it's just all thrown together.
Yes.
And it looks weird as shit. But everybody says that it has the same features, like the crocodile snout. And the missing the back features, but having that fat butt. You know?
Yeah.
Back flippers. Did I say back features?
No, back flippers. You said a fat butt. I don't know what that was about.
Big old fat butt.
Oh, okay. Well...
But they all agree on that it looks like a dolphin. But with a crocodile snout.
It swims like a dolphin.
Right.
So it, like, dolphin hops, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a goofy-looking little motherfucker. Nobody knows.
But everybody agrees on these aspects.
Generally speaking, some people will say it has more of this or less of that. It's like any of the cryptid sightings. They're never going to be 100% together, but overall, that's sort of the description that is amalgamated over the years. That's sort of what it looks like.
All right.
I mean, it's just like different people see Bigfoot and someone says he's 7 foot tall, someone says he's 8 foot tall, someone says he's got brown hair, someone says he's got black hair, someone says he smells real bad, someone says he smells not as bad. It's just one of those things. Eyewitnesses aren't exactly the most reliable or effective.
Right. I agree.
But anyway, so this creature has been reported, I mean, for a long time. Like I said before, from what I've read, indigenous peoples have been citing this creature or a creature described like that in the area for hundreds of years. It's been reported to bask itself on shore.
Like just lay out in the sunlight.
Yeah, just
and be like,
chill out.
Oh, this feels so fucking good.
It's sort of attacked boaters, that kind of thing. And there are no real physical evidence that Altamaha exists.
Right.
There's no, like, footprints because it don't got feet.
Why would there be footprints?
But you know what I mean? Like, footprints and tracks and stuff are, like, the first things that cryptozoologists and searchers and stuff are looking for. But obviously you can't leave feet prints if you don't got feet.
Right. think it's just footprints.
Yeah, whatever. But so the first non-native reports of the creature, so the first white folks to see it.
Whoa, Leah.
Well, I mean, that's honest.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, people, they don't start paying attention to shit until some white man, let's be honest, it's always a white man, cites something and says, oh, this is important. Nobody fucking records it until the white dude shows up. But anyway, I'm a step down.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I apologize. Patriarchy.
Yeah, patriarchy, stealing all of our cryptids.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so the creature was first spotted by a non-native person on April the 18th of 1830. By this guy named Captain Delano, and he was the captain of a schooner called the Eagle. Now, he was like a correspondent of the Savannah, Georgian newspaper at the time, and he reported multiple sightings of a sea monster on the Georgia coast near the outlet of that river. So he was the primary witness, but he also had crew members on the schooner that also saw the creature. So his description of it was that it was 70 feet long.
70?
70.
Okay.
Its circumference was about the size of a barrel, so it was sort of skinny, but real fucking long.
If it's 70 feet long and only about as big around as
a barrel, yeah. That's what I said, but anyway.
That's just a big fucking snake.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. But anyway, and his head resembled that of an alligator. And 5 other men, like I said, on the schooner had also reported seeing this monster, as well as, so they saw it off the coast of the St. Simon's Island. And like I said, that's an island that's right in the mouth of the Altamaha River.
Altamaha. That's the single ha.
Yeah, one ha. And several of the planters that were working on St. Simon's Island also reported seeing this same monster. So that was the first non-native report. Mm-hmm. So then in the 20s, the 1920s, by the way, there were some lumberfolk timberguys, lumberjacks. I don't know. What?
Oh, that was just really funny.
What?
Lumberfolk Timberguys. That's
anyway.
Justin Timberlake's evil twin.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Benedict Cumberbatch, I think is what you were looking for.
Indeed. They were riding along the river, and they reported sighting a large snake-like water monster. And then in 1935, a group of hunters also spotted what they called a giant snake-like monster swimming through the river. And then in the 40s, a big troop of Boy Scouts reported seeing the creature, as well as some officials from one of the local state prisons also reported seeing this monster around the 50s. So it's consistently being seen by different groups of people, you know, just a few times every other decade.
Did anybody else say that they thought it was 70 feet long?
No, that's the first sighting was the only one that ever said 70. Everybody else.
Sounds like everything else is the babies.
I guess. But anyway.
That big one had a litter.
So in 1969, there were 2 brothers that were fishing out on the Altamaha River at Clark's Bluff, and they reported seeing an animal that they thought at first was a sturgeon. But they quickly decided that it wasn't a sturgeon because it was about 10 or 12 feet long, and it had a snout like an alligator, and it had a long horizontal tail, and it had sort of the flippery things on the front, and it had a triangular ridge along the top of its body, and it had big sharp pointy teeth, and it was grayish, like the description we read earlier. So that was one of the first big ones where they actually got, you know, sort of more of a look at what the animal actually was, as opposed to just sort of a big snaky like head coming out of the water. So then, like in 1980, 2 men reportedly saw Altamaha stranded on a mud bank. So he he had gotten himself up on the bank, sunning himself, but couldn't get back out. So they reported that the animal was sort of laying halfway in the water, halfway out, and it was thrashing to try to free itself from the mud bank so it can get back in the water. So they described...
So is this thing a mammal?
No.
Okay, but it goes out to sun itself, but it can hold its breath the whole time, or?
Well, I mean, maybe it's a dinosaur.
Right, but they would still either breathe oxygen outside of the water or through gills.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It would probably breathe it out of the water, but it wouldn't be a mammal. Could be a dinosaur.
I mean, it might be a mammal, but...
I don't know.
I mean, if it comes out of the water to breathe, like, did anybody ever report a blowhole?
No, it had a neck with nostrils on the top of its head like an alligator.
Yeah. Okay. So it would regularly surface.
Yes.
Okay. That was
Hence
just
all the sightings.
It's just new, it's just weird now that I think about it sunning, Just
well, I mean, alligators sun all the time.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I thought that it was a live in the water
No,
thing.
I don't think so. Because, like I said, there's a lot of sightings, and I would think that means it surfaces, sort of like Nessie,
Yeah. Is Nessie a mammal?
Mm-mm. She's a plesiosaur, but that's,
Well,
neither here nor there.
she's also non-existent.
Don't make me come at you, because I believe in Nessie, 100%.
I'm sure.
But anyway, where was I? Oh, thrashing on the creek bank. So they described that it was sort of dark colored. It had rough skin, had that crest along the top of it. They said it was about 20 feet long as far as they could tell. Maybe a little shorter, maybe a little longer, but about 20 feet. And while they were watching it, the creature sort of flopped around and freed itself. Then it submerged itself in the water and disappeared.
That's creepy.
Then later that year, in the December of 1980, another man reported seeing what he thought was Altamaha in a nearby lake, and his description, was said that the animal was 15 or 20 feet long. He wasn't sure. It was snake-like, but it had two brown humps that protruded from the water and left behind a wake like a speedboat.
Okay.
Which is the first time anybody said anything about brown humps, but whatever.
And it's apparently moving real fucking fast.
Real fucking fast. Like a speedboat wake is serious.
I have another complaint about this whole thing.
Go ahead.
If it breathes outside of the water and regularly suns and obviously doesn't live in the water, it needs some feet,
You would think. I would think that it at least has back flippers like a plesiosaur, but no. The drawings of this animal look kind of dumb because you're like, okay,
like
sweetheart, you're missing something.
I can't put my finger on what? Back feet. Back feet. That's it.
Or at least back flippers.
Yeah.
But it does. It kind of has a real weird sea lion thing going on, but the proportions are wrong. Like the
disproportionate
flippers,
sea lion.
and then the tail, but instead of a vertical, like, flippy mermaid tail, it's got the side-to-side alligator tail.
Yeah.
It looks like you took the midsection of a sea lion and then grafted like an alligator tail and head on each side. It's a gator seal.
It's a gator seal. Oh, that's just a fun thing to think about.
It's just really fucking weird looking, but whatever. I kind of like Altamaha.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I like him. But
I don't
anyway.
know. We'll go to dinner and we'll see what happens.
So then another report in the 80s described... there was crab fishermen along that area, and they stated that the creature looked like the world's biggest eel. Which, okay.
That's funny.
Fine. Maybe it was just a big eel, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if there are freshwater eels. Are there?
Yes, there are lots of freshwater eels. As we know that eels are fish, we also know that there are freshwater and saltwater eels.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, there was also a report in 2002 about this guy was pulling up his boat near a river. He reported seeing something, seeing the creature. He thought it was about 20 feet long, about 6 feet wide, breaking in the water. Not sure what it was, but he saw some kind of big, massive creature in the water, but he didn't get a good view of it. And then in 2010, an amateur photographer captured video of something strange swimming in the channel. I
want to see that video.
Well, it's on YouTube, so you're more than welcome.
Should I do it now, or
if you feel like it?
Should we just wait?
You can just stop YouTube. Altamahaha.
How the fuck do you spell that?
A-L-T.
Okay, you don't have to go so slow.
M-A-H-A-H-A.
Yeah.
Altamaha.
It autocorrected to Altamahaha Monster.
Yeah.
Is it this one that... Oh, there's a fucking documentary.
Oh, yeah. This sucker's
21
for
minutes
real.
long. Mm-hmm. So where's the one of the video I'm supposed to look at?
Well, that's the one that I just pulled up the first time, so I don't know.
21 minutes?
No,
the minute and 25 maybe?
It looks like it's got a lake.
Thank you, Leah. They don't all look like that.
I'm sorry.
They don't all look like that. Look, I was gonna say, as I'm watching this video, that I'm pretty sure that all of these people are... Okay, first of all, this is on the river. This is murky water.
Yes.
It's not clear. You can't really see through it. I think all of these people are seeing alligators.
Are there alligators in that area?
Or crocodiles. Yes.
Crocodiles aren't even in this hemisphere, love.
Yeah, it's the southern hemisphere. But yeah, there are gators. There are gators over... well, actually, this is in Georgia, isn't it? I don't know. I know there are lots of gators in Florida and Louisiana, but I don't know
there are gators in Flint Creek down the street, but
that way.
I just don't know anything about the ecology of the Georgia waterways. So.
I'm sure that they have alligators.
I would think, yeah.
I'm pretty sure these people are just seeing big alligators.
But yeah, that second
claiming it's something.
That second one with the 1 minute and whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching.
At Fort King George in Darien, Georgia.
Can you turn your volume off?
Sorry, I turned it off. But that is the video of Altamahaha.
I'm pretty sure that's an alligator.
Well, but I mean, it looks real long. See that big shadow under the water?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look real long. It looks to be about the size of an alligator.
Okay. Fine.
That's what I see. There might be 2 alligators. Y'all YouTube it and let us know. It's the one that's 1 minute and 25 seconds. That's what we're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is bullshit. Okay, continue.
Well, I believe in Alti.
Stop naming it. You get attached when you name it.
No, that's its nickname. There's like merch and shit.
They have Altamahaha merch?
They do. Alti has merch. But anyway, that's, Altamahaha, and I believe in Alti. And I think you're really rude to the sea monsters because you just don't believe, but I actually do. Like, sea monsters are kind of like one of my things. Like, I really like sea monsters, particularly Loch Ness, but I'm very much like Champy, Lake Champlain, all of the sea monsters. If there's a sea monster, I want to know about it. Fucking love sea monsters.
Altamahaha. I choose to not believe the bullshit I just saw. So...
How do you know it was bullshit? Mitch, their stories have been dating back for a long time.
Yeah, and I think all of them have seen alligators. Like I just said.
Okay, I'm sorry, but there are people that know what fucking alligators look like.
Sure
Everybody, like...
I'm one of them. I'm pretty sure I just saw one.
Great. But do you not understand that people fucking know what an alligator looks like, and when they see something that's not a fucking alligator, they're going to be like, holy shit, there's an Altamahaha. It's definitely not an alligator. IDK.
I think that they're jumping to conclusions and need to do some closer investigation.
Okay, maybe. Let's fund an investigation. I want to know
about... With what money? We need liquor money.
You're right.
We can't have Altamahaha money.
Let's encourage other people to fund...
Thank you. Woo!
An expedition to learn about Altamahaha.
Woo! That's close.
Anyway, well, that was our southern sea monster, and I like him, and I think we should
I mean, I liked the
adopted.
story. I thought it was fun. I just think it's an alligator.
Well, I think you're wrong, but whatever.
That's fine.
Cool. I love a good sea monster.
me.
If you know of any
Yeah, you
other
do.
southern lake monsters or sea monsters, email it to me.
We could do
I
an
wanna
entire
know.
episode on river monsters, which are giant catfish. And we can
That
talk about
is
them.
just that TV show that we were talking about
they're
earlier.
just really big catfish, and we can talk about them.
Anyway, are you ready for the second story?
Yeah,
Well,
I
the
am.
second story is from Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
Yeah, and it was actually a listener suggestion.
Hey, listener suggestion.
And a listener suggestion from someone that I did not graduate high school from with.
Arguable. I
Actually-
think that it was from an alligator.
It,
A tomahawk said.
oh my god, if Alti starts emailing me, I am down.
This is from Instagram user Alti Meha.
Ha.
Yes, I'm sorry. I forgot. You're right. I fucked up the joke.
No, it's actually from our listener Becky M. And
Hey,
she
Becky.
said, "Hey Becky."
I don't know you either.
She actually was originally from Austin, I believe. I think she lives in Colorado now, but originally from Austin, and she wanted to hear us talk about the Driscoll Hotel. So you know what, Becky? I'm gonna talk about the Driscoll Hotel
Coming at you, Becky.
Woo!
This is what you get.
for being a really daggum cool listener.
Yeah,
She's
thanks.
on Instagram, being super awesome. We really appreciate you for real. All right, so let's talk about the Driscoll Hotel.
Please.
All right, so our story starts with a gentleman named Jesse Driscoll, because they always
Weird.
name the hotel after themselves, do they not?
I think they do.
Yeah. So he was a cattle baron, and he made a metric fuck ton of money supplying beef to the Confederate Army during the Civil War. So
Supplying beef?
beef,
Beef. Okay.
cattle. He was into cattle.
Yeah.
Driving
Whoa.
cattle,
Whoa,
raising
Jesse.
cattle. So after the war ended, he decided to diversify his holdings, and he wanted to branch out a little bit. And he decided to build a luxury hotel in Austin, Texas. All right, so we're going to go directly into a shot in the dark.
At the beginning again?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I
Whatever.
want to know, how much money did Jesse Driscoll spend building this hotel?
All right.
Was it A, $4,000? Was it B, $40,000? Or was it C, $400,000?
Okay. Can I know when it was built?
Post-Civil War, it opened in 1886. So, it was being built in the couple of years before 1886.
All right. Well, I know that he made a metric fuck ton, as you so eloquently stated.
Hey, that is a real measurement.
Well, I mean, we're obviously not scaling this up for inflation, right? It's what he spent then and there.
No, in the time period, did he spend $4,000, $40,000, or $400,000?
4,000.
No,
God damn it.
not even close.
Yeah, okay, not even close. All right. Sorry.
Second
Get my
shot?
shot. Ugh. I don't think you have to record this one. You can.
No, I'm not going to.
Okay,
Fine.
we're good then. I'll just take
Just
the
one
shot.
shot.
You can continue with the story while I shoot.
All right.
Oh no, I dropped the cap. Hold on. Oh shit. All right. Got it. Okay, you can continue going while I take the shot. It is
Okay.
full, you can see.
I see it. Go ahead.
Yep.
Take that sucker. Huzzah! There it went.
Oh. Oh.
Vodka.
Uh-huh. That's
Yep, it's vodka.
okay.
He actually spent $400,000
I
building
wanna
this
know
hotel.
how much that is in today's money, because it's got to
So
be like $1 billion.
fucking much money. But damn, did he do a good job. Like,
Oh, did he?
look at the pictures, not now, but like
Too late,
of the
doing it.
pictures of this fucking hotel. It is gorgeous. It is just a fucking fabulous hotel. It's 4 stories tall. It takes up half a city block. Initially, it had 60 rooms in it. 12 of which were corner rooms that had their own connecting bathrooms, which,
Oh, no.
holy fuck, was completely unheard of and so damn luxurious at the time.
It's now owned by Hyatt.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Give a fuck who it's owned by. It is a beautiful hotel, and if we ever go to Austin, Texas, will you please take me there? We
No,
might not be
there's
able to
no way
afford
we can
to
afford
stay
this.
there.
There's 0% chance we can afford this. Look at that bathroom, though.
Isn't it beautiful? Oh my
Fuck
god.
yeah, dude.
And the lobby has this gorgeous skylight that I'm a little obsessed with. It's got stars and it's so Texas. I love it. Anyway.
I mean, we can go.
Yeah, I've
me
always
see.
wanted to
Let's
visit
check the
Austin,
availability.
so we should try it.
Oh, it's not bad. The cheapest room looks to be about $219.
Oh shit. It's not that bad though for Austin.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad for this level of hotel.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's a 4-star? 4-star hotel?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's a pretty rockin' hotel.
All right, well, I'm sure there's more to it, so
There is. You
I'm
might
sorry.
not actually want to stay there once we're done.
Oh, no, I'm not scared of anything.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
a man. I am a wussy.
It's okay. We love you.
Who?
Well, we in general, the collective we.
Oh. All right.
Anyway.
Your problem.
So anyway, there was an electric bell system. There was, like, the whole damn thing was steam heated in the winter. Like,
So let me get this straight. This beef farmer,
yeah.
let's just say cattle farmer, he might have had dairy as well.
No, it was all beef.
But so, his lifelong dream has been to own a hotel. Is that what we're getting at?
Not necessarily, no.
I mean, if he put this much into it and was this passionate about it, I think you'd think it's got to be, right?
Well, honestly, at the time, I think, like, Austin had just been made, like, the capital of the state, right? And so they were just starting to build the new Capitol building, and all of the government and stuff was starting to build up around Austin. So I feel like it was more of a, let's build a really fucking nice hotel so we can make money. Yeah.
Well, he would have been waiting many, many years to make money.
Exactly.
Putting $400,000 into it.
Well,
Probably not in
get
his
to
lifetime.
that. We will get to that.
Oh, no. Oh, and by the way, I just want to tell everybody, because I Googled it, Driscoll is not spelled the way you think it is. It's Driskill, so like Driskill.
Yes.
And it's just, if you want to Google it, get you a room, tell them Southern Spirits Podcast sent you.
Maybe they'll comp us a room.
Yeah, maybe they'll go,
Who?
all right, can we have your credit card, please?
Oh, bless. Anyway, but they had, the whole damn thing was steam heated, which is really cool at the time. Like, that's crazy.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and then they had gas lighting throughout the entire building, and he made sure that everything was built with super thick walls and all of the pipes were really well insulated, and made sure that everything was as fireproof as possible for the time period. Like,
Nice.
he did, everything was just immaculately built.
It was a luxury hotel.
It was a luxury fucking hotel. It was amazing, and it still is. It's a beautiful freaking hotel that I would really like to visit. But anyway.
They've expanded on it, too. It's, according to what I just saw, it's 189 rooms now.
Well, they
so it's
subdivided
huge.
the initial rooms because a lot
Yeah.
of those were big suites of rooms. Because, like, dignitaries would stay for months and weeks at a time and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, they subdivided a lot of the rooms to make them much smaller. So it was initially 60 rooms, but in the 20s and 30s, they continually updated it to where they subdivided the rooms to much less space.
Right.
They are very small rooms from what I've read online. But
Are they?
anyway, yeah.
Couldn't tell from the pictures.
Well, of course they're going to take pictures of the big suites. But anyway, so it had its grand opening on December the 20th of 1886. And then, like, in January of the next year, they had the inauguration ball of the governor. And
Ooh.
apparently that's been a thing pretty regularly, that they host inauguration balls for the governors of Texas.
At the Driscoll every time?
At the Driscoll. Yeah. But really, there wasn't anybody around. There was no clientele that could actually afford to stay there. That was the problem. So hotels at the time ranged from about 50 cents to $1 a night, including meals. The Driscoll was about $2.50 to $5 a night, including meals.
Whoa.
Which was absurd. Like,
Yeah,
it was
that's ridiculous.
exorbitant. So nobody could really afford to stay there. So Like, they weren't making, like, any money.
Yeah.
And then at that same time, like, there was a drought, and they were having a really hard time with the cattle, because if there's no water, you can't water your cows. The cows die off. He lost a lot of money in his primary business, and he's just bleeding money through this hotel. And then, at one point, a hotel opened up in Galveston, and they poached all of their employees. So he was left with no staff.
They took all the Driscoll employees?
Yeah. So he was left with no staff. He was left with no clients. It was just a glorious, fucked up mess. Gorgeous hotel.
Nothing else to
Standing
do with
empty.
it.
Nothing. Yeah, it was awful.
Look how pretty it is from the road.
Exactly. So in May of 1887, Jesse Driscoll was forced to close it down. And so, yeah, that was the initial thing for the Driscoll.
So it closed?
Yeah, it closed.
Okay.
And then it was sold to, like, his... So he died, like, 4 years after the hotel was built of a stroke. And then, like, his brother-in-law took possession of it, and he sold it to other people, and it exchanged hands over the years tons of times. Hardly anybody ever made any money off of it. Like, it was a wonder that sucker, like...
How was it still there, you know?
Well, I mean, like, eventually, like, historical societies preserved it, and anyway, eventually it come to be owned by the Hyatt Company, like you said before.
I just want to know how much freaking money he got from selling beef.
A lot.
To the fucking army.
The Confederacy.
Yeah, I mean, the Confederate Army.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do you have $400,000 in 1865?
Well, he had more than that.
I know.
That
well,
was
that's
just
what I'm
his
saying. How
side
do
project.
you even have that much? That's what I'm saying.
He
had to be one of the wealthiest people in the world at that time.
Yeah, 100%.
With that much money.
Yeah. Definitely. But, like I said, he lost it all because of all of the extenuating circumstances. But now we're going to talk about the first of a crap ton of ghosts that haunt this place. Now, I will say up front that I'm not going to get to every haunting because there are so many I have never been personally. I don't know all the stories associated.
We got to do all of them.
So if I don't get to your favorite story, I'm so sorry. I really am.
Sorry, Becky.
Well, yeah, anyway. So if I don't get to anybody's favorite ghost from this place, I'm sorry. Maybe we can have you email us your favorite and we'll listener mail update you about
listener mail.
Can you not?
I thought we were going into listener mail.
No.
Okay.
No, sorry. But anyway, so if I don't get to your favorite one, anybody out there, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go with the ones that I thought were the coolest, that I liked the most. So, let's talk about the first one, and that's Mr. Jesse himself.
Jesse haunts it?
Mr. Jesse Driscoll, he does. So the legend is that Mr. Driscoll was a gambler, and he was said to have, at the time where he had lost all of his fortune, he was struggling with the hotel. He was playing a high-stakes game of poker with his brother-in-law, and he bet the entire hotel on a hand of poker, and he lost. So that's how his brother-in-law actually took possession of that hotel.
Is that accurate? Is that
well, the game of poker
factual?
Is who knows about the game of poker thing, but when Mr. Driscoll died of a stroke, he is the one that took possession of the hotel.
Right, I remember you saying that.
Whether he became co-owner because of a poker game or not, who knows? But that is the story that everybody tells about it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So
sorry about the yawn.
His ghost is known to manifest as the intense smell of cigar smoke, and he also likes to flicker bathroom lights on and off. Like,
hold on. So do people see a ghost?
No.
They just smell cigar smoke.
This particular manifestation is more of like a really, like, people with, there's no smoking, no, anyway.
Yeah.
They will walk through and just smell an intense cigar smoke smell, and he likes to turn on and off. He likes to flick on and off the bathroom lights.
What a dick. He's smoking and just pissing people off. He's just being an asshole.
Well, I mean, he lost all of his shit and he died of a stroke when he was just...
That's not these people's faults.
No, but anyway. So then, another one that I think is super fucking creepy is that, okay, so this is the first known death in the hotel.
Oh, people have died in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
lots of people.
Oh.
In April of 1887, a 4-year-old girl named Samantha Houston died.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's a ghost baby. Yeah, so she was the daughter of a senator, and his name was Temple Lee Houston, and her mother is Laura Cross Houston. So they had checked into the hotel while the legislature meeting was in session at the hotel. And then, so like late one night, while her mom was asleep and the father was still working late, she snuck out of the room so she could play in the hallway with her ball. But she was running after the ball and it slipped down the grand staircase, and she goes running after it, and she falls down the grand staircase, and she hits her head and dies on the marble floor below.
Man.
Yeah, so she was 4, runs after the ball, dies. So then her father commissioned a painting of his daughter shortly before she was buried.
Creepy.
And they hung the portrait in the hotel. Now, I don't know if it's still there at this point, or if since the Hyatt's taken it over, they got rid of that shit. I don't know. Like I said, I have never been here to know. But at the point that the article that I was reading said that the portrait was still hanging there, and it said that if you gazed in the portrait's eyes for a few minutes, she would grin at you. Yeah, don't like that at all.
No.
But this little girl's spirit is still seen around the hotel, and she's very childish and mischievous because she's a little 4-year-old, and you can hear her footsteps running up and down the hallway. You can hear the sounds of her giggling and bouncing her ball down the hallways.
What kind of a ball?
Like a little leather...
Like one of those things you get from Walmart that, you know, like in the big cage of balls?
No.
That'll bounce for you?
Well, I mean, just like a little leather play ball from...
Oh, it's a small one.
Yeah.
It's like a handheld ball.
1887. Whatever balls look like.
I don't know what balls looked like in 1887. I imagine very similar to today. You are... so crass.
Sorry. All right. All right. So then this is one that it's just really creepy. But anyway,
sounds like it's right up our alley.
Story of the ghost brides, or not ghost brides, but like the suicide brides, I think is what they actually call it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the suicide brides. So there is a room at the hotel, and I believe it's present day room 525. I could be wrong on that, but I think it's present day 525. So this hotel room, okay, so like I said, there's no names attached to this. This is all lore and legend, and I don't know if any of it actually happened or not, but they'll tell you this story at the hotel, all that number. Anyway. So, you know, people hold weddings at fancy hotels. It's just a thing. So, there was a bride and their bridal party and all that stuff had checked in the hotel, and a wedding was meant to take place in the hotel the next day. Well, the groom canceled the night before, because, I mean... What a dick. And
why because? What was the reason?
There's no reason. Okay. Just he decided he didn't want to get married anymore. And the poor woman was heartbroken. She was very upset. So she ran to her room.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ran to her room and she hung herself in the bathroom.
Oh, good God.
So 20 years went by.
Like in her dress, maybe?
Well, it was the night before. I doubt she would be in her dress.
Yeah, but maybe she did it as like a symbolic thing.
Just be real
dramatic.
It super creepy.
Yeah, It already is creepy.
Okay, fine. Let's go extra. She hung herself in her wedding gown.
That is creepy.
Who knows? Anyway, so then like 20 years go by, and another wedding is happening, and this woman and her bridal party all, checks in. Anyway, so the same thing happens. The groom decides to call off the wedding, and the woman is so fucking upset that she decides that she's going to go on a shopping spree. She takes all of her fiance's credit cards and she maxes them the fuck out. Like, I'm talking $40,000 worth of bills.
Oh, that's so funny.
Shops, gets all of that shit, comes in the elevator, goes up the elevator, gets in, fine. Then she wasn't seen again for like 3 days.
Oh,
and
no.
housekeepers came into the room, opened up the bathroom, and discovered that she had shot herself in the stomach in that same bathroom.
Why the stomach? That's going to take so long.
IDK. It sounds terrible. But yeah, so people see the ghost brides, or the suicide brides, like I said, is what they say. That room is supposed to be super active.
But those happened in the same room?
In the same room, according to legend. Like I said, there's not a lot of actual information. I've heard it said a bunch of different ways, but that's the way that I saw in most places.
I will choose to believe that to make it
super fucking creepy?
Make the episode flow. Let's say.
Fine. So yeah, there was that. But then there are also nice ghosts. There was a lady that worked there that's still there.
The suicide brides are not nice?
Well, not that they're not nice. They're just tortured spirits. You know what I mean? Like, they're upset because their asshole fiancés.
Well, can't they move on and not take it out on other people?
I mean, you'd think, but whatevs. Different time. But there is a ghost of a lady that still likes to arrange the flowers in the lobby. There's an old steward from the hotel that still hangs out and checks his stopwatch or time. Not stopwatch, pocket watch.
Stopwatch.
He's
timing people up the grand staircase.
There's a lot of other more friendly.
When they get to the top, he's clicking it and he's letting them know 45 seconds. Do better, Johnson.
No, there are a lot of friendly staff that used to work there that still are there, just, hanging out for eternity in their job, which sounds like hell to me, but whatever.
Well, you didn't work at the Driscoll.
You're right, maybe. I mean, it's a beautiful fucking hotel. Maybe it was wonderful. I don't know. But now I'm going to tell you the fucking weird story that is my favorite.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Maximilian room.
Whatever this means, I'm in.
Alright, so you're gonna need some really fucking weird backstory before we get to the very short actual ghost part, but let's talk about it.
Go ahead.
Okay. So do you know who Ferdinand Maximilian is?
No.
He was the Emperor of Mexico.
Wait a second. Mexico had an emperor?
Sure did.
Really? How long ago? Recently? There was the Mexican Revolution not too long ago, right? Like
How long
early
do you think
1900s?
is too long?
Like early 1900s? Wasn't the Mexican Revolution like
late
19-aughts?
18s, early 19, but anyway.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Well, he was actually the emperor from 1863 to 1867, so, but anyway, that's not important. So, Ferdinand Maximilian was the younger brother of the Austrian Emperor Francis Joseph I. So, this is an Austrian dude, right?
Wait, this is confusing.
We're getting there. Don't ask questions.
All right. Deal.
All right. So, he was the younger brother of the Austrian Emperor, and he was traveling around Europe, and he met a gypsy fortune teller who predicted that one day he would be crowned as emperor. So he was really hoping that would totally be a thing because he wanted to be an emperor.
I was going to say, did he know emperor of what or where?
No, did not.
You will be emperor.
You're going to be crowned emperor one day. So he was really good pals with the French aristocracy, and he was favored by Napoleon III. And so they decided that he would be a freaking great choice to be the emperor for their puppet regime in Mexico, right?
Okay.
So
I just want to say, when I hear things like puppet government, puppet regime, like, I literally think about puppets running the country. I don't think about there being, like, strings being pulled outside of the country.
No, you think it's
I'm literally
like
thinking like there's a sock puppet
out.
who's just like, we got to build a wall.
No, I'm afraid that's not the thing. No. But yeah, so they were like, he would make a pretty cool emperor. Let's make him emperor. But he needed a bride. He needed an empress. So enter Charlotte, the Princess of Belgium. And she was definitely down for being Empress of Mexico and to share the throne with good old Maximilian. So they got married in a grand ceremony. They set sail for Mexico, the French colony in Mexico. So once they were in Mexico, Charlotte decided to adopt a local name, and her name is Carlotta now. Charlotte Carlotta.
Nice.
Yeah. So they took up residence in this gorgeous palace that was overlooking Mexico City. But as I'm sure you know, shit sort of hit the fan real fast because...
Yeah, in Mexico.
Yeah.
The revolution.
Because Benito Juarez was, like, not having it. Like, he was the president of Mexico.
He got his puppet out, and it was one of those that had a bat in its little hands, and it was just, no, we're not doing this. We're not building a wall.
That's called a Pulcinella, but anyway.
A Pulcinella.
I like puppets, y'all. I'm sorry.
Leah is a puppet person.
I am. I worked for Jim Henson in college.
Yeah. You had a year internship at Sesame Street.
Sure did. It was pretty great. But anyway, that is beside the point.
No, but it's fun to talk about.
It is fun. But anyway, so as the regime started to fail, Carlotta rushed back to Europe and was, like, really seeking out help from the European aristocracy to try to send help to sort of boost up their power in Mexico. Well, none of those bitches wanted to help, so she left France and headed to Italy. But while she was waiting for an audience with the Pope, because I guess the Pope was going to help, I don't know. Why the Pope? I don't...
The Pope is involved in all things.
I get it, but, like... Is he going to send his little bulletproof car? Like, what?
I don't think he had it at the time. He had a bulletproof stagecoach.
Yeah. But anyway, so she got some terrible news.
What was that news?
Benito Juarez and his men had stormed into the palace and crushed the emperor's forces, and they executed Maximilian.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Carlotta was, like, fucking devastated. Like, she loved Maximilian. She liked being the empress. She was pissed off. And she just went into a mental break. Like, she went crazy. She became paranoid. She had delusions. And she lived out the rest of her days just being supported by different European courts and family members and stuff. But they kept calling her Empress Carlotta, so I guess that was nice.
She kept the title.
She kept the title, but had none of the power and was apparently crazy.
Well, what made her crazy? What do you mean?
Because she had a mental break. She continued to suffer from paranoid delusions for the rest of her life.
So, like, she thought that people were trying to kill her as well.
Yeah.
Storm the palace and kill her. They could have been.
I don't know.
Well,
is it paranoia if it's true? I don't know.
Well, who's going to prove that it's true, though?
You're right. So anyway, now where we pick up this thread and weave it into the Driscoll Hotel mythology is that Ferdinand had commissioned a set of 8 mirrors. Ferdinand Maximilian. Yeah.
Mirrors?
Mirrors. Had commissioned a set of 8 mirrors that were elaborately framed. They had gold leaf. Each of the mirrors had a carved bust of the Empress at the top of them. The mirrors were backed with sterling silver, and they had diamond dust added to have a greater sheen to their surfaces. So these are fucking ridiculous mirrors, and he presented them to her as a wedding gift, but she never actually really got the wedding gift because she had left and come back. And anyway, so she had never actually taken possession of these. They were just hanging in the palace that she never saw.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the fall of the palace in Mexico, all of the couple's belongings were like raided and pillaged, and anyway, they're not sure what happened, but somehow the mirrors ended up at an auction in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. Well, in 1930, the Driscoll Hotel decided to renovate one of their big rooms off the mezzanine level. So, the room had previously been used as a smoking lounge for men, but they wanted to make it into just a grand dining hall, ballroom, special events kind of space.
Cool.
So the hotel purchased the 8 gold French mirrors from an antique shop in San Antonio.
They were gold?
They were gold gilt mirrors, yes.
Wow.
They're really gaudy as shit.
Yeah, I'll bet.
But anyway.
They have buttresses.
Do you even know what a buttress is, sir?
No. It's just fun to say.
They did not have buttresses.
Bus, right? They had the bust of her?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to say buttresses.
So they decided to add these grand mirrors to that newly renovated room to add just a touch of elegance to the decor. And then because of the connection, they can call it the Maximilian Room, and it's all fancy and shit. So, all of the guests and hotel employees have real fucking weird experiences with these mirrors. And people believe that the spirit of Empress Carlotta still haunt the mirrors. Even though she never saw the mirrors, she never took possession of the mirrors. They were just a gift that her husband commissioned for her. They've got her face on them and all. But, like, she has no actual physical, tangible connection to these mirrors. But they still think she haunts them, so I don't know what's going on there. I don't. But anyway. But they think that it's because, you know, her face is on them, and maybe she just wants to see that the gifts that her husband gave her are being taken care of. I don't know. But apparently she's still all up in these mirrors business. So this is my favorite story about the Driscoll Hotel, and I'm about to tell it to you. This is the ghost story that happened. Okay.
Please.
So, yeah. So in the 90s, I think it was the 90s. But anyway, there was a photographer, and he was setting up for a photo shoot for wedding dresses. That they were doing a full photo shoot for modern in the 90s, wedding dresses in the Maximilian Room. Hold on.
These are wedding dresses that come with skateboards.
No, just lots of...
I'm pretty sure.
Ugh, I don't even want to talk about it.
And knee pads.
Anyway.
Which, I mean,
yeah,
those can be used for many things.
So, he was setting up all of his photography equipment for, you know, a modern bridal gown portrait session, for you know, all the designers have magazines where you can flip through and see which gowns you want to look at and all that stuff. So he was going to do that in the Maximilian Room because it was beautiful and all that stuff. So he was unpacking his equipment, and he heard the doors open up, and he glanced up in one of the mirrors, and he saw behind him that a woman had come into the room. And he described her as having just this stunning raven-colored hair, and she was wearing this gorgeous antebellum white gown, just gorgeous. And he turned to this bride, quotation marks, to ask why she was wearing a period costume instead of, like, a modern 90s wedding dress, which is what they were supposed to be shooting.
Right.
But he turned around, and there was absolutely nobody in the room.
And no skateboard.
None of the doors were open. It was just nothing. There was nobody in there. So he turned to look in one of the other mirrors, and she was still there in the mirror. And he looked around to the other mirrors and the doors. Nobody was in the physical room, but this woman was in the mirrors. And he was freaking the fuck out. And so, yeah. Then she disappeared from the mirrors, and once he had vanished and he'd calmed himself down, he was looking at the mirrors a little more closely, and the carved busts on the gold frames looked exactly like the woman that he had seen in the mirrors. And he was really fucking freaked out. And
Yeah,
I
that's a little
guess
freaky.
Carlotta just didn't want to have her picture made, and she was just like, look, dude, my mirrors, step the fuck off. But that is my favorite haunting.
Did she
from
threaten
the
him?
Driscoll Hotel. No, she just was creepy in a weird ass dress in the hotel in the mirrors that she never even saw when she was alive.
Well,
But that's my favorite one.
she sounds like an absolute creep.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the Driscoll Hotel, and it is supposed to be it's supposed to be the most haunted hotel in Texas, maybe even the United States, which,
Well,
I mean, how do you prove
yeah,
level of
you
hauntedness?
You don't.
But anyway, like I said, I would love to stay there because it looks freaking beautiful, and I would be cool with, as long as it's not the little kid ghost. I can't deal with little kid ghosts. But anybody else, I want to
I'd check 'em
see. I would love to visit it in person because it just looks really pretty, and I've always wanted to go to Austin. I think it'd be fun.
I would love to go to Austin. Austin has, the music festival, Austin City Limits, every year. They also have, what's that festival in March? That the movie festival.
Sidewalk.
No, it's not Sidewalk. I can't think of it. It's a movie festival. Oh, South by Southwest.
Oh yeah.
That's it. I would love to go to that. It's a week-long festival that, you just get to watch a bunch of shit, basically.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Famous podcasts, get to do live episodes from there and everything. It would just be a lot of fun to go and
just hang out.
and go to a podcast taping and
So if
watch some
anybody really wants to
movies
see us there, maybe you should share with your friends.
Yeah, tell everybody we need a booth at South by Southwest. We don't get a theater, we get a booth.
Yeah, just a table. We're gonna have like a camp table that we can like break down real fast in case someone tells us to go away.
No, we'll do speed podcasting. We'll set up real quick. Just get it ready. Oh. Well, look, we've gone really long.
Sorry.
So let's get a toast and let's get out of here.
Okay, tonight we're drinking a toast to Altamaha in the Driscoll Hotel.
In the Driscoll.
Lift your drinks into the air and let's go. All right. Altamaha is so fun to say. Is there really a monster in that waterway? Old Jesse spent a lot of cash to build a fine hotel, but now he's gone, it has become a place where spirits dwell. Drink!
Cadence was a little off on the second stanza there.
Shut up. I'd like to see you do better.
I'm not claiming to do better. I'm just a victim of wanting, of desire.
What?
I have no idea.
You're real drunk, love.
I'm not, yeah.
Alright, how about you outro us?
Alright. Thanks for listening to the Southern Spirits Podcast. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest at Southern Spirits Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at S-Spirits Podcast. If you have any suggestions, any personal stories, any alcohols we should try, send us an email at southernspiritspodcast@gmail.com. Send us any fun stuff, any postcards to our P.O. Box, which is P.O. Box 1743. Is that right?
Yes.
Hartselle, Alabama. That's HARTSELLE 35640. Is that it for the social media? I don't know. Just keep commenting on shit and send us some emails. That's all we got.
And if you want stickers, let me know.
Yes. We need reviews for stickers. You gotta prove it.
Yeah.
And you get free stickers.
Well, stickers for a review.
Yeah, but they're free.
Yeah.
They're not paying for the stickers.
No, I paid for the stickers.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, if you want stickers, let me know.
Yeah. And we'll send you some stickers next week.
Bye, y'all.